The industry has produced 158 million kilograms for the first half of this year, compares not too favorably with 178 million kilograms produced the same period last year in production terms. However, we have seen the prices hold quite reasonably well at slightly above $3 per kilogram for the cumulatively for that period. This compares again favorable. It is quite favorable compared with the slightly less than $3 per kilogram that was recorded last year, same period.
Now, during the first quarter of the year, we had adverse weather conditions prevailing across the country. What effect did this have on the tea performance? Indeed,
we had some very intense or adverse weather conditions, you know, very high temperatures by day, sometimes in some areas very low temperatures by night, which led to some reasonably spread out hail conditions. We also had, because of the drought conditions, we had again the bushes being affected, which is, if you will, one of the major reasons why we have experienced the negative variance in terms of production that we have recorded to date. Then again, even as we speak, we have had some very prolonged, if you will, cold weather, you know, the spells, the temperatures again getting very low. The bushes again do not enjoy when the temperatures are very, very low. As a matter of fact, yesterday I was informed that there was again an incidence of some hailstorm in Nandi, which affected some bushes in that area. So because of those very extreme weather conditions, then you see the bushes are affected, which in turn then impacts the production volume.
Kindly talk to us about the new market destinations that you're looking into. I understand during the first half of the year, you had 5 new markets that you sourced during that period.
The tea industry has relied on largely 5 traditional markets, namely Egypt, Pakistan, United Kingdom, the Sudan, and Afghanistan over the last 2 or so decades. There have been efforts between Tea Board and the stakeholders to open up new tea markets, and we have been doing this with a lot of support from our foreign missions in these respective countries, and we have therefore identified an additional 40 or so markets as categorized as emerging markets. And in some of these markets we have reported some encouraging results out of sustained engagement and promotion in these markets. Recently, which could be viewed as seasonal markets, we have seen Togo, we have seen Cameroon, we have seen Brazil, we have seen even Malaysia begin to take Kenya tea, and there is growth, very exciting growth there. We have kept in touch with Russia as a market because, again, Russia is a huge market in terms of tea consumption. We have kept tabs with the Chinese market, given the population and the economic standing of China. And we have seen some phenomenal growth in these markets.
Now, with regards to trade sanctions placed by the United States of America on Iran, how much of an effect will this have on Kenya's tea, knowing that Iran is one of the traditional markets for the country?
For us to grow our market in any of these markets which I have mentioned, free access is desirable. Now, what has happened is that with the sanctions, effectively we are dealing with a trade barrier. Even though we had established contact and we had, you know, started really seeing growth in that market, you are no longer now at ease to develop the market as you would because of the reality of the sanctions. We are hopeful that by and large that the sanctions would be addressed somewhat at the levels that it needs to be addressed, and that we'll be able to continue again supplying this market. It's one of the premium market. Iran has taken to valuing Kenya tea, and therefore would like to see this behind us and would like to see us resume normal trade relations with Iran in due course of time.
Now, last year tea exports climbed to 106 billion shillings, which was one of the best performances by the tea sector. What are the projections for this year?
Our projections are that we are likely to stop at 360 million kilograms at the end of this year. Compared with 377 million kilograms produced last year. So again, we will be in the range of slightly less than 20 million short of the target or the mark that we had a previous year. However, should the prices hold as they seem to be at the $3 range at the auction, we do anticipate that the foreign exchange earnings would remain pretty much in the same range we had last year, that is in the range of 110 billion shillings.